Chapter 73, Bentley.
I gotta say, I didn't enjoy the experience of brain interconnection much. The fogginess makes me feel I could lose some of my thoughts and knowledge. Dreams are admittedly fun for me. The part of our brain that recognizes logic is largely decreased, so the fact we're somewhere we don't remember getting to, or the fact we're able to do impossible things, are not as alarming. This dream is different. I recognize it completely as a dream. It also feels a little more physical. I think I can feel the ground. I turn to see Sly and McSweeney on my right, and Penelope and Carmelita on my left. We're all looking around at a slowly establishing universe. It's very blue, almost like 3D blueprints come fully to life. And buildings are beginning to go up. Not skyscrapers, but garages and backlot stores. Everyone all good? I ask. I think so, says Sly. I do honestly feel like the ground is real. The feeling is kind of fuzzy, but it's there. I look down to see if I can touch it, and then I realize something that makes my heart skip. I'm not in my chair. I'm standing upright. I yelp. I don't care if the others noticed it or not. I begin trying to walk. It works out. I can feel it, and my legs are corresponding. Bentley, you can walk again, Sly exclaims. I begin laughing. I'm not one to usually laugh, but it's hard to help it. Cool, Bentley, says Penelope. Thanks, I say, my smile retained. So, Penelope, says McSweeney, does this place ring a bell? Yes, she says. This is the back of my dad's repair shop. It was the front for weapons design. I grew up in an apartment here above the factories. And look, Sly gestures to some dust particles materializing everywhere. It looks from the bottom like feet. And then legs. Hide, I say. Over here, says Penelope. She gestures to a pile of crates with just enough space for us all to fit. Soon, those of various shapes and sizes are walking around like it's any other day, carrying 2x4s, drinking bottles of lemonade, and chatting about the recent football game. Pretty soon, we're surrounded. Do you think they would actually notice us? Asks Carmelita. I don't know, says Penelope. This must be within my very own mind. But these boxes and everything feel real. I even kind of smell exhaust and oil. But these people are kind of faded, you know? At least compared to us? She's right. Everyone else looks a bit like they're made of glitter and could fade with one gust of wind. Wait, I blurt out. There's someone who looks a bit different. Over at the side. It's a mouse who's tightening bolts on what looks like an engine. That's Jeanette, Penelope whispers. It must be. I haven't seen her in ages. She's so grown up now. How could I be seeing her this way? It's because you mean a lot to her, says a faint voice. Huh? Penelope looks to us. Did you all hear that? Yeah, says Sly, McSweeney, Carmelita, and I. That was Murray, I say. Sure was, says the voice. My master said, the people we know or knew in life the most are a lot more real and authentic here. Murray, I say as the questions race in my mind, if we went over and spoke to her, would it work? Would we communicate with her? It's possible. It's easier if the person is asleep in real life. It's sadly nowhere near bedtime up in California, I say. Well, I said it's easier, not impossible. And what about the others, the more faded ones? They shouldn't interfere. There are definitely people here who see us, but aren't reacting. It's a little hard to concentrate with the feeling of walking again, but I do my best to get a feeling of the rest of the place. This must be somewhere in California. There are garages everywhere, indicating it's expected for cars to drive around here without setting an alarm. That could be useful. I look a little closer at the uniform of one of the workers, or gangsters, and see the Shadow Order symbol tucked away under his shirt. Gives me a few shivers. I think I see streetlights. Indicating to my left, as we walk to Jeanette, is the road, so that way is to the street. I look the other way. The rest of the building on this side is big, like an airplane hangar about 3 stories tall. It looks like it would be ideal for storing cars. I don't have any of my gear on me to write anything down. I mean, I still have my grappling hook, Sly still has his cane, and Carmelita her shock pistol. I guess I'll have to just memorize. We are all following Penelope. She's walking over very slowly, as if she's worried if she rushes this, her sister will vanish like a dream cut short by the jolt of an alarm clock. I have a feeling she thought she might not ever see her again. Penelope lightly pokes her finally on the shoulder. Penelope feels her, I can tell, but no response. I then hear her sniffle, and I see she's beginning to cry. Penelope then tries to shake her, but sees Jeanette's movements are completely her own. She can't budge her. But then, Jeanette stops what she's doing for no apparent reason. She then drops her wrench, slouches down, and all of a sudden gasps for air. She jolts up and looks at her hands. Jeanette! She turns around and looks her sister in the eye. She can't believe it. Penelope?